Hi everybody, thanks for tuning in again to another video. I thought I would just do a video about why YouTube, another YouTuber. I know it probably feels like a lot of people are coming on YouTube nowadays and filming videos and their lifestyle and etc, and I just wanted to give a little background into me and why I've decided to start my own YouTube channel. I'm 31 years old now, and I'm always thinking, you know, time is ticking, life is going by so much, and I want to know, what am I doing with my life? What is my purpose? What is my calling? Am I tapping into that? Am I doing what I should be doing? Am I utilizing all my skills and my ability to reach other people, not just satisfy my needs or my family needs? And I think recently, in the past few years, I've been trying to figure out what my real purpose is in life, what my calling is, what am I good at, what can I do? And I always have these conversations with my mom. She helps me so much. I think by starting my own YouTube channel, I can kind of go into the root of what I think my calling is. Starting YouTube, I think it's quite a scary thing, and you're always wondering like, oh, how can I change anybody, or how can I influence anyone or inspire anybody? So many people impact my life and inspire me, and I just think it would be such a great thing for me to do the same to somebody else. And if something that I've gone through or an experience that I've had in my life, and I can talk about it openly and clearly and share that with somebody else, and it might help them with what they're going through in their life, then it's definitely worth doing. Fear is such a big thing, and I think it's something that will either push you forward or it will just hold you back. Which one am I? What category am I going to fall into? And you always have in the back of your mind, oh, people are going to laugh at you, they're going to talk about you, they're going to gossip behind your back, they're going to criticize you, they're going to just watch you like a hawk. And that can be quite daunting and scary, especially when it's not just you you're thinking about and you've got your family to think about too. But at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter what people say, because there's always going to be negative people. There's always going to be someone who's going to criticize you and say something and not really adding anything to try and help you. And reality is, when you look into that, it's usually just a small amount of people doing that. It's not like everybody. So it's okay if not everyone's going to be behind me. It's fine. And like I said before, you know, there's so many people doing YouTube right now, and I think that's one of the greatest things about YouTube, that it's okay for that to be going on, because there's a platform for everybody. Everyone has their own little niche, their own little market, their own little following, and that's fine. If you don't like my content, you don't like it, you can just move on to somebody you do like, and if you do like it, then hopefully you stay around. But it's fine, because there's enough space for everyone to find their own feet. For me, I think what's going to set my channel a little bit different is that I'm not about creating content where I'm always going to come off looking perfect and great for the camera and like all the goals and all those kind of things. Like, I really want to show my real reality of my life and my lifestyle, what happens from the day-to-day things, the ups, the downs, the lows, what it's like being married, having children, being a mother, a Christian marriage, you know, things like that. I just want to show my views on it, my perspective, and I can only talk about and discuss what's happened to me personally and what I've lived, and that's my truth, showing my reality, and, you know, just being honest with you and showing you the vulnerable sides that we all have as human beings, as women, and hopefully somebody, even if it's just one person, can relate to that. If it's more than one person, then all the better. One thing I love about YouTube is the fact that there are so many people out there that you can try and connect with, and that are going through similar things to you and that you can relate to, and they can also help inspire you, especially on those days when you're not even feeling that great. I'm the first person to just go on YouTube and click on a video of somebody that I'm subscribed to, and they will just make me feel better, even if it's nonsense. It's just my little form of escapism and my little freedom, just to, you know, I'm alright, it's alright, cool. I'm not the only person who's going through this, or the only person who's feeling this type of way. And, you know, because of that factor, I thought to myself, you know what if I could do the same thing, the same way that I feel before clicking on someone's video and after watching what they've uploaded, and I feel so much better. What if I could do that for somebody else? Wouldn't that be an amazing thing to do? Especially if it means uplifting people, women, young girls, because they're the people that I want to try and help influence in a positive light. I can honestly say that growing up, I've always felt out of place. I was always skinny and the tallest one, so physically looking, I was out of place anyway. There was nothing I could do about that. But in my head, I always felt like I was the odd one out, and that people would just be looking at me or like talking about me or just not being very nice, and that was such a horrible thing to go through. And a lot of people didn't really realise that because I didn't display it, and I would try to portray that I'm so confident and full of life and outgoing and outspoken, but really I was battling with so many different insecurities within myself, and I would just always feel so awkward even though I'm trying to portray something that I'm really not. I'd feel so awkward about doing it and insecure, and I'd come home and just be like, oh my gosh, what an idiot. And it's only since becoming a woman and becoming married, finding a partner who really knows me, becoming a mother, was I able to actually tap into the real me and discover who I am as a person and as a woman, what I represent and what I stand for. And because of the responsibilities that I now have and I started to get, you know, you start to have life experiences, you start to gain knowledge, wisdom and understanding. Because of this, it wasn't about my husband loved me or a boyfriend loved me, so now I can love myself. I truly had to start loving myself first before anything else. That was me finding the real me and understanding, like I said, who I was. And once I was able to love myself, accept myself for who I am, flaws and all, then I felt like I was able to move on to another level in my life, another chapter, open a new door. Those who didn't like me or who would talk about me or not be very nice to me, it didn't really matter in the end, because at the end of the day, the people who I loved the most, my family, my friends, the closest ones, they all loved me and respected me for who I was, and I was accepted in their eyes. And that when you know that for real, that's such an amazing feeling to know and have, to know that you've got their love and their support and their backing no matter what you go through in your life. Like I said in a previous video, I'm not perfect, and every day I'm aiming to reach a better level of myself, and it's a struggle sometimes. It is hard, and sometimes it takes more than just a day to get better and feel better about yourself. It might take a week, a month, a couple of months, a couple of years. Like, we all go through so many different things, but as long as you're still trying to push it forward and pursue that, then that's all that matters. I've realised, you know, especially since becoming a mother, that I need to have that self-love, and it's really important to love me for who I am and accept myself when I look in the mirror, and not criticise myself all the time and put myself down or put myself in a little box. Because at the end of the day, I have a child who's looking up to me, and it just so happens that my firstborn was a girl. And even more so now, I need to show that self-love so that she can grow up seeing that her mother loves herself, look at herself and love herself as well. That's my ultimate goal, because I would hate for her to grow up feeling the same way I did with certain things and battle with certain issues. It's funny, me and my husband, we recently went somewhere, and there was this girl that I saw. I don't know if she saw me, but I clocked her, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like something happened inside. And I flashed back to a memory where I remember when I was younger, and she wasn't nice to me. I don't know why she didn't like me at all. I never did anything. We never had anything. I didn't, you know, cause her any kind of upset for her not to like me. She just didn't like me. And she would laugh at me. She would talk about my hair, talk about my body. And it really did affect me. But I hid it. I didn't let anyone know that it affected me. And every time I saw her growing up, I would just like shy away and hope that she's not looking at me, she doesn't see me, or go a different direction. And you know, when I saw her, I was just like, oh wow, those feelings came back, but not in the sense that it upset me. I was like, I'm so glad that I've been able to grow from then, and that I didn't carry that on all through my life and let it affect who I am as a person now. And I saw that she had her daughter with her, and I was just like, wow, imagine that. You made me feel those ways when I was younger, and your daughter is literally of a similar age. I hope she's not having to go through anything like that. And like I said, that's the same thing that I want to make sure that I put a good influence to my daughter, because I'm not going to raise her to make anybody else feel less of themselves, because it's such a horrible feeling. There's a few reasons why I've decided to set up my own YouTube channel. I don't know if I kind of wafted or went off into a different subject area, whatnot. But yeah, I thought I would just come and speak a little bit of truth. So I hope you liked the video. If you're not subscribed already, you can subscribe. You can like, share, comment, whatever you want to do, or you can just watch it and that's fine with me. Thank you for watching and I'll see you soon. Bye.